Alright, welcome back, guys. We still got more to do. Oh, I saw. Ooh. Okay, we're good. We're good. I thought I was gonna lose that. Yeah, I just loaded the game. We start with a clean mop. There's scorch marks on the stairs. I'm all discombobulated right now. I don't know what's going on. Hope everyone's doing well. We're back for another. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you are medical biohazardous waste, right? Is that what goes? Yeah. Oh. Bad face. Not what I meant to do. There. I had to take the dog upstairs real quick. She needed to go potty, and then I left her up there with the family because she's nosy and wants to know what everyone's doing, which no one's really doing anything exciting. But just in case someone goes to the fridge, it's kind of a big deal. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully I sound a little bit more awake. I did get some tea. Oh, I love flares. Flares are awesome. So awesome. Okay. So, yeah. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by this map. There's so much going on. At least it glitched inside the bin and broke so that it didn't make a mess. Oh, I booby-trapped myself. I'm really good at doing that. So again, I'm playing pretty early in the morning. It seems now to be kind of the way of things. I know, don't yell at me, I threw that away. But yeah, I'm playing early in the morning. this is one game that I don't like to play late at night before I go to bed because it makes me a mix of tired and not tired, if that makes sense. It's kind of a nice, when I first wake up, brainless activity. Ooh. Do you notice when you turn corners really fast, your character kind of does like a weird little wobble thing? Like they're drunk. Or they're a robot. So, I made a comment in my comments about how I think we are robots. And that actually started as a joke in early VCD when I was playing. I was playing with some friends. And the up-rinsing revolution didn't come out yet. And I was making a comment that it's just insane that we can pick up these bins and these barrels and these crates. Like, we can pick up these bins that are stuffed with like 3 people's worth of body parts and not stagger or struggle. And we can carry those barrels without staggering or struggling. And I was like, what are we? Are we robots? And then, of course, one of my friends pointed out, well, but when we die, we bleed. You know, there's body parts and we make a mess. And I'm like, well, what if we're programmed to see it as blood? What if it's really just oil? We don't know. So we kind of had a laugh about that, and then I put the thought away, whatever. And then a good chunk of time had gone past. I hadn't played the game for quite a few years, but when I came back for the uprinsing, I was actually playing by myself and reading the story, all the notes in the story of the rebellion of the janitors, the human janitors. I had a laugh because it added credence to my thought that we're robots. And what I think, what is the canon in my head is, I think we are robots. I think we are taking place after the uprinsing, and when the human janitors rebelled and caused all the problems, they replaced us with robots, and that's why we can pick up and do the things that we can do without losing our minds. And in fact, Cannon Fodder had made a map where they also thought that we might be robots as well. And so yeah, that's kind of how that came to be. Originally I said it as a joke, but now it's headcanon, so eh. I'm just gonna stick those there for now, or forever, because they don't read as something bad on the scanner. Alright, we're just gonna hit it with the mop. It's fine. It's fine. Give me... Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Again, it glitched against something, so didn't leave the green mess behind. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Oh. Okay, we're fine. With the exception of a teeny little bit of red right there. I feel like that's blood. Oh, maybe it's from this side. I'm not sure how much I talk about it, but one of my side gigs, actually my main side gig, is I'm a graphic artist. And I say that, and I kind of say it loosely because it makes me laugh. I didn't go to school. I'm self-taught with a lot of time and effort. I've been doing it for years, for 14, 15 years. And I kind of got my start because back when Twitch was kicking off and YouTube was kicking off, I had friends asking or complaining that they couldn't find artwork, and they knew that I knew how to use Photoshop, and they were like, well, can you make us artwork? And so I did some research and figured it out, and I was like, sure. So I made one person something, and then I made another friend something, and then I started making friends of friends something. And finally I was like, you know what, I gotta charge you guys because this is expensive. Like, it's time consuming, and if I'm gonna do this, I need to make money. And they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So then I started to get paid for it, and at first it was, it wasn't always money. Sometimes it was pizza, or it was Starbucks, or, whatever. Like, it wasn't always money. And then it turned into a job, and I was doing it before it was popular to do it. And then while I was doing that, I also had another job. I was working at a print center where mostly I was a printer, but I also did a lot of graphic design work for them too. Someone walked in with a old beat up business card, and they're like, hey, I've had this business card for 15 years, but I've had to change my phone number. What can we do about it? And all they have of their business card is something that's been beat up in their wallet for probably 15 years. And so I would do that kind of restoration work, or even build from scratch, or someone else would come in and be like, I need banners or whatever, and I would do that. Well, just before, it was non-pandemic related actually, but it coincided roughly about the same time as the pandemic. My printing company, or the retail company that I worked for came down and said that they were actually kind of eliminating what I was doing for them, that they were taking that part away and they wanted to contract it out to a group of people outside of the company. Mostly, I imagine there was a lot of money involved, and I'm also sure that they had a hard time staffing people who could do the things that I was doing. Though my store was really lucky, it had two of us that were really efficient at doing design work. And so they took that away, and they were actually punishing us if we were doing it. So we had to tell these customers, I worked with the company for 7, 8, 9 years. One sec, I gotta do the math. 8.5 years. So I worked with them for a significant amount of time doing that. So then suddenly we had to come back and tell these poor people who we've been doing it this whole time, these frequent customers, that, sorry, we no longer do it. And, like, they're freaking out going, well, you've done it all this time. What am I going to do now? And explain, we can't. So I was thinking about leaving anyway. But then the pandemic hit, and it was a mix of I'm high risk, and that I just was not enjoying my job anymore. They were converting me onto the sales floor, which I had never been sales floor. I am not a salesperson. I can be, but I'm not. I don't do well in that kind of environment. I don't have the patience, I think, is probably the key word. Though that's wrong, because being in the print area, I had to have a lot of patience. It was a lot of people coming in. It was always a mix, like someone would come in and be like, hey, I need 10,000 files, double-sided collated with a staddle stitch or a top left stitch, and then they'll stand there and look at you and go, and I need it in 3 hours, and either you laugh or you make it possible. It's depending on the day, however you have to approach it. Sometimes it was possible, sometimes it wasn't, and you had to use a diplomatic approach on how you said one or the other. And so I was doing that, and but the freelance gig was actually paying more. So in the pandemic, and the real true kickoff was I was pretty much quarantined at home for these 2.5 years and doing that. But unfortunately, that's kind of drying up with the Fivers and the Upworks. I'm having a hard time competing because people are offering prices that I couldn't live on. I don't know how they're doing that for $2 or $5. So I've been looking to expand out, and now that I've taught myself video editing and subtitling skills, since that's what I do here. I have to offer that, or I want to offer that, but I am like your typical, I don't know, I don't want to paint all artists with this brush, but I am so indecisive and hard to make a commitment. Like, I know I need to do it, I'm just afraid to do it. And it's not that I'm afraid of failing, like, or if there's no interest in it, that's fine. You know, like, okay, there's no interest in it, you know, I'm okay. I now learn. What I'm afraid of is ridicule and hate, and also the imposter syndrome. I get that really bad, especially when I was at work. The other person who was the graphic artist, she went to school for it, and I'm gonna say this between you and I, she wasn't very good. And I was like, I don't know, but it always made me feel a bit of an imposter syndrome, because she quite often liked to use that degree as a pointer, and you know, it's a whatever. Originally I went to school for business management, but that didn't work out so hot for me. I'll talk about the story sometime. It's not one I kind of want to have right now. I didn't have a very good experience in business management. I worked as a assistant manager for a very big box retail company, and I did not like the person it was turning me into. But anyway, that's not a mood I want to get into. But yeah, so I know that I need to do it, especially if I want to keep working from home and avoiding people. So yeah, just someone needs to tell me, buck up, do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Someone says no, we don't want the service. And I say that, I would be okay with that. Being told no, we don't want the service. It's the, God, you're an idiot. What makes you think you can offer that service? That makes me sad. That freezes me, indecisiveness. And that's the same thing when I started my YouTube channel, was I had talked about with friends and people that I gamed with about starting a YouTube channel through most of the pandemic, and they were all like, well, you just, for heaven's sake, start it. And I was like, but what if people don't want to watch it? And they're like, then people don't want to watch it, it's fine. And I had struggled with it so hard that I didn't get anywhere for probably a good solid 7 months. And finally I just committed to it. I had the videos made. I was just like, I just need to upload them and let the cards fall where the cards fall. And luckily, there's people that want to watch me, so, or I guess listen to me too. That makes it nice. I'm on Twitch as well, but I don't feel like I'm as funny on Twitch. I feel like I am able to be more funny after the fact than during the fact. But that said, there's also people watching and commenting live. Also helps add to me being talkative. If I'm on my own, I know sometimes I can get really quiet just because I forget to talk. I forget that people are here. Or like right now, I talk too much. So you get one or the other. You get no talking or too much talking. Depends. Other than the caffeine that probably kicked in. Which, speaking of, I had quit soft drinks 5-6 years ago. I was having health issues, and I was like, fine, I'll quit the sugary processed sugar. And lo and behold, it actually went through. It fixed a lot of things. I fought really hard quitting it. Like, even though my doctor recommended it, I was like, no, I need my soft drinks. And then I quit, and I don't miss it. But I did miss the caffeine, so now I drink tea. And I can tell you the difference, though, is that caffeine hits me harder than what it did when I drank soft drinks. And the sugar hits me harder, too. But sugar was upsetting my stomach. And so quitting that was a big help. No. Oh, okay. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. We got this. We got this. We got this. We just gotta see we're fine. Gonna be so many bullet holes we have to clean. Did they like explode in here? Like, did someone's head go kaboom? Oh, oh! I didn't even know those were up there. Pain. Sneaky. Okay. Can I make it? Ooh, close. We're fine though. Oh, this game and it's all its little inconveniences. And the thing that you do it to yourself. So, like, you can't even be mad about anything because you did it to yourself. I may regret placing those there, but we're gonna do it anyway. This room is giving me, every time I leave those few main rooms, it's giving me a bit of anxiety because I just know how much work is ahead of us. Tell me to stop looking. I'm gonna have to start singing the mantra of a room at a time. Man, no. No! Did the bullet casing do cause the physics of this to go so crazy? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. We're fine. I'm reluctant to add the medical waste buckets in that area yet, just because I've been using it as a shortcut to jump down. That middle bucket is trying its best to mess everything up. Why did they make it with no back door in the back? That's gonna mess us up later. Oh, I just saw on my phone there was a tweet about Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer countdown. I didn't even know there was going to be Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why I say this like it's exciting for me, because I'm really not into the Grand Theft Auto games. Though I love Rockstar. I do plan on playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on my channel. Soon, I hope. Fingers crossed.
feel like majority of this game is just shuffling garbage from one corner to the other corner. And we like it. So yeah, great news. I didn't know I was muted. I sneezed and had muted my mic when I felt the sneeze coming on. And then the dogs were concerned because I sneezed so loud, so they came and checked on me, and I was baby talking to them. So I didn't turn my mic back on because no one needs to hear me gushing like a crazy person over my 2 dogs. And then I never turned it back on. So I've been talking to myself for 20 minutes. It's not the first time I've done it, nor will it be the last. Because I'm a pro at this. Anyway, hi. Thanks for sticking with me. With the riveting commentary. So I'm gonna finish this, well, these bucket up anyway, and I will probably take a little break from this map and do a janitor's garbage night, 1 and 2. A longtime viewer has expressed that they were having problems doing it, that they did it and they failed, and they were hoping that I could do it and see if I could do any better, which no promises. And then I'll come back and continue working on this. The break will probably do me good, a break in the scenery. I am finding this map very hard. Not because it's hard, but because of the stupid, how far the mop bucket is away from everything, and how far the furnace is away from everything. It takes a lot of travel distance. We're almost done. And a place to wrap up. Squish, squish. We can make it up the stairs with the brain and skull. Okay. Mop bucket. I got... Oh. Sneaky, sneaky garbage up here.
Alright, we're gonna use up this mop bucket and then we'll call it done. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I appreciate and adore that I am not the only Viscera detail cleanup fan out there. Oh, dead bucket. Alright. Okay, I will be back soon, probably with the other videos, the other maps, and then we'll flip back to this one.